Hello everyone, welcome back to Urban Creative. Today I'm going to get into the kitchen and create a honey chipotle marinade. The reason I'm doing this is because I got some chicken breast for a fantastic price and I needed to do something with them on this day. And I thought I'll have a go at this marinade that I've had sitting in my recipe stack for the last few weeks. I'm very excited to be doing this with you guys. So I've already pulled out all my ingredients. I just have them off to the side and I'm just labeling some of my freezer bags here. So obviously I know what's in them when I put them into the freezer. These little stands I am obsessed with. I love them. They make it so easy to just put anything in these bags. They stand upright and it's a lot less hassle than just having them out on the counter. I am in love with these little stands. I've made sure to wash my hands, make sure everything's very clean because it is chicken that we're dealing with. And this recipe calls for about a kilo's worth of chicken. So I've just got all my things out in front of me and I'm just going to cut the chicken into sort of large chunks to throw in the bag. And then the marinade we're going to put on top of that after we've got it all in the bag. You will have just seen me fiddling around a little bit with the bowl and you can see just slightly underneath I have just my kitchen scale there as I'm placing the chicken in just to measure it out to try and follow this recipe pretty exact because it is the first time that I'm using it. This recipe that I'm using calls for some chipotle peppers in adobo sauce and unfortunately I didn't have them. What I had was some dried chipotle peppers. So here I'm just pouring some boiling water over to sort of rehydrate them a little bit, and to substitute the adobo sauce I actually used some Tabasco and sriracha sauce, which you'll see later on when we create the marinade. I also hope I'm saying that correctly, adobo sauce. I'm pronouncing it as I would read it. So please feel free to correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I really like to make sure I just clean down as I go. Just makes it a bit easier once we get to the end of this and packing everything up and cleaning up the kitchen. Now onto the marinade. I know this is one of the tiniest possible blenders in the world, but it's what I have at the moment, so we're just going to make do to make this marinade in here to get on this chicken. So our marinade calls for about a kilo of chicken breast or thighs, which we already have cut up in the bag, a third of a cup neutral flavored oil, a quarter of a cup honey. Now here is where you're about to see me have a fight with the honey, and the honey is going to win. This is a huge container from Costco, and as you can see, I just go to pour it straight in from the container and pour way too much in. So you'll see me here just measuring out what I don't need. It doesn't go to waste. I use it in another marinade later. It's just a little bit of a debacle that I had to deal with in the moment. 2 to 4 chipotle peppers in adobo sauce if you have it, or like I mentioned, I'm substituting with Tabasco and sriracha in place of the sauce. A teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of sweet paprika, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of dried oregano, some fresh garlic cloves, 5, or you can use crushed, which is what I do here, and a bunch of fresh cilantro. I realized at the end of this, I'm pretty sure I forget to put the cilantro in, but it still tasted delicious regardless. So this marinade I actually end up putting in the freezer to use at a later stage. However, when I was looking over the recipe, you can grill it, you can put it in the air fryer, you can put it in the slow cooker, you can put it in the Instapot. It's just so versatile. You can use it in so many ways. And because all the ingredients are in there with the chicken when you freeze it, not only does it marinate while it's freezing, but then when it comes to thawing it, it's also marinating as well. Oh, look, there, I did put the cilantro in. Here we are again with my tiny little blender. I really am going to have to do something about this, especially if I want to do some more batch marinades and cooking. Again, I'm cleaning as I go, and then this is just as simple as pouring it in over the chicken and getting it all mixed in before putting it in the freezer. I did look back and realize I did actually forget to put the chilies in. So afterwards, I actually went back, chopped them up, just chucked them in the bag and mixed them all through. And that worked absolutely fine. If you enjoyed this video, jump over, give us a like and subscribe, and let me know if you'd like to see any more marinade or cooking recipes, and I'll see you next time. Bye.